And welcome back to TFC's Journey to the FarLands. As the world loads around us at this convenient rest stop here next to this really awesome tree on top of this mountain. Now it's time to get about the business of traveling. So let's just make a way down that won't involve broken necks. We'll get on the way. Let's see. Yes, I can just go ahead and dig my way down. And head off this way to get on the way. There we go. And we're off. Commencing the journey to the FarLands. An impressive goal, I have to say. It's a big goal. Not the kind of thing you would take a short amount of time to get to. Let's see. I see sheep. Alright, good. Alright, we're on the way. And speaking of goals, I did mention in the first episode that in this one I would announce what the goal is for this first season of this trip. The fundraising goal for Child's Play charity. And I've decided that I'm going to base that on the results achieved from the initial fundraising effort that I had put together for raising money to see to it I had propane to power my furnace for the winter. Now, that fundraiser right there, I had set an initial goal of $1,000 because I figured that would be enough to see to it that I would have all the propane I needed. And so, the results actually quite surprised me, because the final tally on that is $2,020.14 is the total amount raised. 202% of my original goal. And I have to say I was completely blown away by that. And I decided that what I would do is base my new fundraising goal for the Child's Play charity in this Journey to the FarLands on that number. Oh boy. Open lava and a tree that will soon be gone. And the one next to it will go too, I'm sure. So what I did was I took that number, $2,020.14, and I put that into the Windows calculator, and then I hit multiply, and I hit the pi key. And then hit equals, and the result is 6,345.45 and a bunch of other numbers after a bunch more decimal places. And so I'm going to cut that number off at 2 decimal places, which means the fundraising goal for this first season is to raise $6,345.45. And what I've done is the donate page at tinfoilchef.com/donate has been reworked. It has a new chip-in widget on it now that is aimed at the Child's Play charity. Any money donated there will go directly to Child's Play. It will not enter my hands at all. And that's what that's going to be. And the goal on it is set for $6,345.45. And that's the size of that. And I'm sure some will ask why it is I chose pi as a multiplier. Well, that's easy. Pi is actually one of my favorite numbers. And the reason for that is that pi is what is known as an irrational number because it has no end. You can compute pi to hundreds or thousands or even millions of decimal places, and there are some who have actually done so with supercomputers and such, and there is no final end to that number. It just keeps going, and that makes it an irrational number. And an irrational number is, in my opinion, a human number, because, let's face it, most people are quite irrational as well. Not necessarily all the time, but frequently enough that it's a singularly human trait. And an irrational number just sounded appropriate to me. And so that's the goal we're aiming for. You can donate at tinfoilchef.com/donate. Using the chip-in widget there. Goes to benefit Child's Play Charity, which works to put toys and books and games into the hands of kids in hospitals all over the world. And this does a lot to help make their hospital stay easier, especially when it's a long stay or when there are serious illnesses or serious surgeries or other medical procedures involved. I've been in the hospital for a long time myself as an adult, and it's no fun, and I can easily see where it would be massively worse for kids. So it's definitely a charity that I think is very much well worth supporting. Okay, let's see. As to how I'm going to do this, I have not as yet figured out exactly, like, for example, how many episodes per week I'm going to do. As for the length of the episodes, I'm going to start out with 2 Minecraft days per episode. Just simply because it's a good round number. It's, you know. And we'll go from there. Taking into account viewer feedback, what you all think is a good length for an episode. Whoa, watch where you're going there, genius. Walk right off there. That could have been a pit of doom ending in lava. Oh boy. Looks like some kind of a blasted hill. Like something blasted all the dirt off of that hill over there. Okay, who set off a bomb over there? That's kind of what it looks like. But anyway, that's what I'm going to go for. 2 Minecraft days per episode is, I think, at least a very good start. Perhaps later on might lengthen that a little bit. And as for how many episodes a week, I don't honestly know right now. I'm going to sort of play that by ear. I think we can get around this, over this way a little better. I don't relish the idea of climbing it. And so there you have it. Let's see, speaking of financial issues, there was a question in the comments of a recent video let's see, it was from, look at my notes here, Citrobal. Let's see, let me get a quick place to spend the night here. Okay. Just go ahead and get 3 made. All right. Now, that question was, since you're kind of in a financial issue, why don't you place more ads on your videos? Well, I suppose that's a good question. Mostly, I think, well, for one thing, there is a limit to how much ads you can place on a video. Let's see, when you place ads, you can set them up to happen at the beginning. And if the video is long enough, you have the option of placing at the end or during the middle. Now, I decided a long time ago that I didn't want to place them in the middle of a video because that just breaks it up too much. You know, people can deal with, I know in my opinion, I can deal with ads at the beginning and ads at the end fine. But ads in the middle, I think, kind of break it up too much. I've seen videos that have done that. I've seen videos that instead of putting YouTube ads in the middle, they would put their own advertisements or sponsors or whatever in the middle. And that's their prerogative, but I find it breaks up the flow of the video too much. So I won't do that. And it's also like the ads that I do set it up for, I enable the True View in-stream. Now this is the pre-roll type that gives the viewer the option to skip the ad if they want to. I have found, well, we have a floating tree with no roots. I don't see that very often in any version of Minecraft. I found that if people have an option to skip the ad, a lot of times if it is about something that concerns them or interests them, that a lot more often they'll go ahead and watch it. And so that's the type of advertising that I set up for. And also another thing to consider is that when you're setting up the ads, you get to make that choice about pre-rolls or not, the in-stream or not, and so on, and at the beginning, in the middle, or the end, or whatever. But you don't get to choose. Ah, red mushrooms. What you don't get to choose is exactly what ads are placed. YouTube or Google or whoever it is, it determines that. So the ads are there, and I basically set up where and when they occur at the beginning or the end, and what type. But as for the content and exactly how much there is there of advertising, that is beyond my control. Which is fine, because I would hate to have to sit there and make that kind of choices. I would rather let the systems that know more about that kind of thing and what ads are good to place what kind of content. They know a whole lot more about that sort of thing than I do, so that's the way I'm going to just leave that. Okay, let's see. Another question that I've already seen several times from a number of people, all of whose names escape me at the moment, is how is it that I downgraded to beta 1.7.3? And in my case, at least, that's actually very easy, because ever since I started playing Minecraft in beta 1.3_01, I have always made it a point to keep a backup, to make backup copies. And I have a backup copy of every version of Minecraft I've ever had. And I always, before I update, I always make a full backup of my entire .minecraft folder. This way I've got what I had before in case for any reason I should decide to revert. And I also burn those backups onto DVD and have them stored separately from on the computer. So that way I've always got that. Now let's see, get into some wintry territory here. Well, I don't know how much actual progress we're making here, but it feels like I'm keeping a reasonably good pace here. I haven't spent a lot of time stopping and dilly-dallying around yet, although I don't doubt there will be a certain amount of that. Anytime there is particularly epic scenery to look at, I'm going to want to look at it and investigate things a little more closely, because I really love this terrain. This is really fantastic terrain. I must admit, though, that the one thing is that I keep catching myself double tapping W to sprint, and that wasn't added until 1.8. Which is surprising, because in my single player world in the current version, I actually I don't use sprint very much. People are all the time asking me why I don't sprint when I could in order to get somewhere quicker. And I don't know, it just never really occurs to me that much. It's not like I'm in all that great big of a hurry. So there you have it. And now in this, I keep catching myself doing it because, especially starting out here, I want to make a lot of progress as quickly as I can. And I don't know. I don't know how much actual progress I'm making per day here or anything like that. And I'm sure somebody's going to say, well, you go ahead and hit F3 and find out. I could, but I'm not going to. I think that the idea of not hitting F3 until you reach 100% of a goal is a good idea. And so that's the way I'm going to do that. It's a good standard to adhere to, I think. It keeps a little bit of mystery going, gives you something to look forward to, something like that. I wonder what it is with these open spots in the frozen ocean here. These parts that are not frozen and down a block like that. It's like, what is that? Is it like some kind of an undersea hotspot? Is there lava down below that or something? I don't know. I'm curious, but I'm not curious enough to dig down and find out. Interesting. I haven't seen any hostiles at all yet. Not even an occasional wandering spider, which I'm actually looking for because I would like to get some more string and get a bow made. And at this point, I'm beginning to wonder how long it's going to take to come up with the string. Okay, we're getting to sunset here, so I need to start looking for a place to dig in for the night. And that will finish off this episode. And we will have made 2 Minecraft days worth of progress. Whatever that turns out to be in distance traveled per day. Alright, let's just go ahead and dig in here. And let's see, let's get some light in here. It would be helpful if I'd stop selecting the pick when I want to dig dirt. Alright, just go ahead and I'm going to block that with cobble so I know which direction it is. Alright, and pop down to bed. And that's pretty much going to be it. I'll be back with another episode soon, and we will continue on this journey to the FarLands. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here. Here's the tinfoil ship.